this meeting about the impact of the climate crisis on food insecurity, or on creating deeper and longer droughts, or bigger floods, or moving tropical diseases away from the equator toward the more temperate latitudes. We're not talking about the stronger ocean storms. We're not talking about the larger fires. We're not talking about a whole range of consequences, including the acidification of the oceans. We're just talking about melting ice.
I'm here because the Arctic Council has produced a rather alarming report made by Dorte Dahl Jensen, Greenland Ice Sheet. The report shows us that the challenges in the Arctic are immense because of climate change, and that global warming here is taking place twice as fast as observed only 4 years ago. The ice is melting much faster than presumed. The report is an update, therefore, of the original report from 2004, and I must say that the update paints a very gloomy picture of how the ice sheet is out of balance and of the consequences stemming from a melting Greenland. It carries a clear message from the scientific community relating to climate change that we need to act, and we have to act now.
If your findings in the new report inclines you to recommend a lower temperature target than the 2 degrees, as you know, 1.5 degrees is also being discussed here.
If we go for a 2-degree warming globally, we'll have a warming over Greenland of 5 degrees because the temperatures are amplified in the north. And with this warming, we are getting into a situation we had 120,000 years ago in the previous interglacial, the Eemian. And this climate period lasted for thousands of years. And what we observe is that this resulted in a 5-meter sea level rise. So if we make a 2-degree warming and wait sufficiently long, which is of the order of thousands of years, we will get a 5-meter sea level rise. So can we live with that?
Are the countries from the north, or the developed countries, not always saying that they're going to rely on the science? You hear all the time, well, we're basing all our decisions on science. And last week, and now, science has spoken. So how is that going to change the negotiation process?
Well, I assure you that we are going for, and the Danish presidency, the Danish president is going for an ambitious and comprehensive deal, and as ambitious and comprehensive as possible. That is what we are working for. But now, when the negotiations are underway, are taking form, and the disputes between the groups, I will not go into 2 degrees and 1.5 degree.
Is it true that Greenland is wanting to portray itself as a developing nation, and thus would be allowed to emit more under any future emissions reduction treaty?
And we claim also that we have the right to develop our society as well as the rest of the world. So the answer would be yes, and the answer will be that we will do it in a responsible way, in a sustainable way.
And does Mr. Steemüller agree with you?
Question to me?
Yeah, do you agree with...
Yes, of course I agree that we have a common but differentiated responsibility. That is what we say to all the world. That's what we are negotiating about with the third world today. So of course that is also the case for Greenland. You cannot say after the possibilities now, new possibilities are opening up because of this disaster of the melting ice. Then suddenly new possibilities come there. Tourism come in there, oil, for instance, gas. We have to do it in a sustainable manner. We cannot say to the people living up there, okay, now it's your moment, but you must not use it. Because then they can say, well, you use your moment, then stop your development now, so there's room for us.
Roughly speaking, each 1 meter of sea level rise generates 100 million climate refugees. And again, this does not speak to the refugees from desertification, or from crop failure, or from the other consequences of global warming.